First of all, thank you so much, Mr. Kondo, for this conversation with us today. We have been in Paris to your amazing and very suggestive space. I wanted to know, first of all, what is the connection between your fashion, your product, and the season, the rhythm, and the time of nature? Because we can find a lot of natural elements in your collection for the next fall-winter.
So the collection is inspired by plants and vegetables that we can find around us, and by all those vegetables, Kondo was mostly interested in the things in a really rough or like a primitive shape, not something that you can just find at a supermarket, which is often really, pretty and really clean. But I think the image that he was looking at is something that's out of shape, that can be a little, that might be a little dirty, that has a little, dirt on it. And it's really something that he finds really beautiful. And that's what we call the untamed nature, that it looks really wild, that it looks something from the nature. And so he'd like to show you, make an image of this. This is an image of a fennel, and this is like an upside down onion. So this is sort of the image of what we're looking for. It's it has all the roots and the little sprouts and growing up. It's not pretty to regular eyes, but I think it looks really beautiful to the collection.
We can say also that in your collection we find a lot of elements, a lot of details, a lot of techniques coming from your traditional culture. Coming from the culture of Japan with a very old techniques and with a lot of details, with a strong and a great meaning. Can you tell us something about it, about this story, and about the inspiration that your country gives you?
For this collection, as a designer, he's always thinking about how to make something that's unique and how to make something that's original. And one of the ways to achieve it or to express that originality is to work with traditional craftsmen and artisans of Kyoto. But the point is not to just work with them and use the crafts as they are. I think there's always a lot of interpretation in how he and his team treat it in a modern way. And so this is not just an act of preserving the culture, but also trying to find new values in the culture and how to make something new out of that traditional crafts.
Mr. Kondo, you are the creative director of one of the most historical and famous Japanese brands all over the world, with a great history and with a great heritage. How can you combine your personal idea, the evolution of your idea of fashion with this great and strong tradition called Issey Miyake?
I think as a designer of Issey Miyake, there's always the idea of the space between the body and a piece of cloth. And the relationship between these two, it's always the key, and it's always something that Kondo has in mind. And that's the same for all the predecessor and all the designers since Miyake. But at the same time, everything can be based on this concept. And I think it is based on this concept that Kondo can begin to, express himself and do something that's original. Yeah. I think people, or even myself included, has this image for a piece of cloth. It's a square, it's a rectangular piece of thing. But I think this idea doesn't stop there. I think for many series that you see in this collection and in previous collections, he started to challenge the idea of what we think of like a piece of cloth. Like, so, for example, this first look, this bustier is actually created by this continuous stripe of knit fabric. That's sort of the way that he started to challenge the idea of a piece of cloth doesn't have to be, rectangle or like a square. It can be, free form, it can be winding, and it can be in any shape. And just first of all, thank you for making that comment. I think for him, it's what's more important is, there's always a story behind the collection, and the collection is actually built upon the story. And of course, we always try to explore new technology, but at the same time, there's something that's really essential that people can see and people can feel.
Mr. Kondo, thank you so much for spending with us your precious time, and I hope to see you soon again.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kondo. Thank you. Bye-bye.